Welcome back to Minecraft Through the Ages, the series where I stumble through every single version of Minecraft, pretending like I know what I'm doing, but having no clue. Today, we are going into the Nether, and this time, we are not on peaceful. That's kind of awkward, but it happened. I'm experimenting with spruce, like I said in the last episode. This is gotta go. I just don't have a pickaxe. I don't want to use the fortune pickaxe too much, so I didn't. And so this is still stone, but all the grass is gone and is going to be spruce. But I'm also today going to try to do a new build. This is the reason I was on peaceful, was I was in the creative world testing stuff, and as usual, slimes were annoying, so I turned on peaceful. But anyway, that's beside the point. So let's clean up my inventory before we go into the nether. What might I need? If I'm not going to use the fortune pick, may as well get another one. Get some coal for torches just in case. Also, a little progress update. All of these have 64 brick cooking in them, and I have these clay. So we're close to having enough to fill out the whole thing. This chunk has to come up, and this has to come up. This is going to be a couple. It's something like 20 blocks up still. So 20 blocks on each section. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 100. But that should be enough. And I still don't know what I'm gonna do for the roof. That's a problem for later. Now, like I said, we're going into the nether. Ooh, my armor's almost dead. So, like I said, now we're gonna go AFK at the skeleton farm and get enchanted levels so I can get some more armor. Let's see what we get on this boots. Okay, so here is our complete armor. We got the blast protection. We got not projectile, just regular protection. We have some respiration, aqua infinity, and regular protection. And more regular protection, but also feather falling 4. That is a good set of armor. And much better than this set. I'm going to go ahead and just put it all on. And now we go into the nether. This is probably going to be a long time in the nether where I'm doing nothing but killing skeletons. I don't know how long we're going to be in here. It's going to be a long time, I bet. It's about as good as could have gone. Okay. Still recuperating, still recovering from the shock and horror and tragedy of what just happened. And I guess while we're doing this, getting more new XP to get more gear and everything. I guess I'll jump into a creative world and show you the ideas for a build I'm gonna be working on the rest of this episode. I'm upset. So the idea I have is they added the witch hut in this version, which roughly looks like this. I haven't actually seen one in the world. I just built this based on a picture I saw. So I don't know how accurate this is, but it's roughly this looking thing. Let me change the times. Times today. And these guys are the reason I always accidentally get in peaceful mode in my survival world. Come in here, and I change it. Stupid slime. They're all over the place. But anyway, I want to make a very large version of this. Like a 5 to 7 times larger version of this. Oh my gosh, they are annoying. I'm not changing it to peaceful because I'm not making that mistake again. But yeah, so I think this is roughly what they do. Again, mm, malfunction. Oh gosh, I can't say the sentence. Why can't I say the sentence? Like I said, I built this based on a picture. I haven't actually seen it in the world, so I don't really know what it looks like. It's just kind of a vibe check, and I know they spawn in swamps, so at least one of these two blocks will be underwater, maybe even both, and that's really all I know. I want to make a witch hut that is much bigger than this, and it's going to be my facility where I make all the potions, and so it's got to be big enough where I can make all of these. I want to make all of them. I don't know how useful some of them are. I don't even know how to make some of them. I don't know how to do night vision and invisibility. These are new to this version, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not sure how to do strength. I'm guessing it's the reverse of weakness, which I did learn how to do, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Was it a spider eye? Maybe it was fermented spider eye. I can't remember. Most of these I've figured out how to do. I Regeneration was the gas tier. Swiftness was sugar. Fire resist was magma cream. Poison may have been the spider eye. Healing was melon, the golden melon. It has a better actual name more than golden melon, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so I wanted to build something to hold my brewing setup, and so I'm sketching out a rough idea. I'm thinking that I want to make it maybe out of all of these three woods, and sort of have the idea where the spruce is underwater, and then as it gets like one level above water, it's jungle, and then do I not have oak here? That's jungle. That's double jungle. Okay, and then uh, when it's fully emerged out of the water, it's like that. So kind of giving the impression, hopefully, when this is underwater, that it's one single piece of wood that's just been so soaked through for so long that's happened. Same deal with this, although probably not as much spruce. Probably maybe kind of how we will probably only have one piece of jungle in this one. We'll probably have like one spruce at the very bottom, and then it will go into jungle. Because this will be out of the water. This will have full land, and then maybe two of you and one of you, or multiple of you. Primarily oak, probably. So it would be like this is soaked in, this has gotten a little bit more water, and this is the main core, and then water has maybe pushed over here. Maybe I don't that this part doesn't make sense as much with the planks, but I feel like a gradient could probably work. Probably get rid of Bruce. Probably just do jungle. But that's the vibe I'm going for, and I'm thinking also putting in stone or mossy stone. So like this is underwater somewhere, and using the newly added what are these called? Where are they? Walls. So I can do that, and also just a regular cobblestone edition. I don't like this little gap at the bottom. I don't know if it's hard to see, but this is a negative space. I feel like this should be filled, but it is what it is. I feel like using these some will add depth somewhere that I want. And then I was also messing with foliage. I figured out that now that you can place string because of the tripwire, you can place string on top of saplings and they won't grow. This will not grow no matter how many times I do it. And so I was thinking maybe doing something probably with jungle or spruce saplings. This will be in a swamp biome, so those probably work best. The birch and oak don't look as good. Which tab are they? Yeah, personally, that's too bright. They're both too bright. Too they don't fit in. And I also tried the my dude, go away. I had this placed. Wait, oh, you know what I did? I put it in a pot because I thought maybe this would look cool, and maybe putting that something like that I thought would be an idea, but way too orange. That color doesn't work. I thought maybe these could be branches and something, but it's too it's not. It doesn't look right. And also, I might work with some stone brick on this building. I now need to decide. Also, this is a experimental bush. I put some nether brick to simulate a stem, but I'm actually probably, if I do something like this, just get rid of it and leave it as plain leaf. But anyway, now I need to decide what shape the building is going to be. And I think mostly I'm going to do that in the survival world. I've got my block palette. I'm going to go collect all of these. And then I'll figure out where it goes. And when I figure out where it goes, that's going to probably determine the shape. I think roughly I want it kind of spherical, but I don't know. We'll have to see what my options are in the world before I decide that. So yeah, I want to fit this vibe, but much bigger, and this is the rough idea. Okay, I'm recouping all of my gear, and I got a decision to make. I have a Fortune 2 book, but I want Fortune 3. So, do I risk it? Do I just go for an enchant? I have 30 levels, 32 to be exact, and hope I get Fortune 3? Or do I just put it on with Fortune 2? I think I risk it. I think I'd rather have Fortune 3. And I guess worst case scenario, I don't get it. I probably get efficiency. I might just get like unbreaking or something, just a single enchant, but that's what we're doing. We're Fortune 3, Fortune 3. It's not even efficiency 4, it's efficiency 3, which is not bad, but it could have been much better. Could have been much better. I really need to clean up this place. I dug out the coal that was there and the iron that was there and didn't make it back. Back to the grind to get all my gear back, but I'm not going to show that on camera. I'm going to get to building that witch's hut. So hopefully you'll see me in a second fully kitted out in all my gear and stuff. But for me, It's going to be a few hours. I'm going to go hide in a little hole in the ground. That is pretty dirty and nasty and full of worms, and you wouldn't want to live there. It's not cozy. See you in a moment, which will be 5 to 10 hours for me. Okay, so I've been out searching the world for a good swamp to build in, but I came across this village, and I've searched so far that this, I'm pretty sure, is new territory. So I think there should be some new plants and stuff. I wonder what people are trading. You do saddles. You give me emeralds for wool. I can make I can make a pretty good sheep farm to get wool, and then I don't need arrows anymore because I got the skeleton farm. That's another wool guy. That's pretty good. I just don't know if many of these guys are worth trading. Oh, you are good. Getting a bunch of food is good. But I still don't know how I overdid the one guy's trade, so I gotta learn about villagers more before I start trading with them, because I don't want them to suddenly not have their trade because I overdid it somehow. There's nothing at the top of this tower? I would have thought there would be something at least interesting in the tower. This feels like a place to have something. Whoops, give me that. Let's see the crops. Yes. Are these new crops? That looks like wheat. Ooh, yes. Do I have inventory? I have one space. This is going to mean I can actually breed up my pigs now, and they won't just be sitting there for nothing. I want a second inventory space. I brought all this because I wanted to have all this stuff when I find the swamp to build in. So I have a ton of stuff. Okay. I won't need a crafting table. That's what I can get rid of. And now I have all the new crops. I have the potatoes that I can cook, mash, and stick in a stew, and I have the carrots that I can breed the pigs with. So that is a ton of fun. But I just saw that we're out of time for this episode, so we're going to call it there, and I will see you in the next episode when we and I'll see you in the next episode when we start working on the witch hut. Hopefully I will have found a swamp. I've been scouring. The swamps I found are very small. Is that one in the background? That might be one. No, that's a regular forest. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.